So you know that thing where you're reading words in English, your brain only really processes the first few and the last few letters and then understands the word by length.
Yeah.
Um, every time I see start streaming, my brain goes start screaming, and I'm like, that still works. That still works. It's just like start screaming. Scream for the next
Okay.
3 hours. We'll see what happens. And then eventually,
Ah.
someday, poor Artie will have to edit our screaming down into something that's actually digestible. Um,
Mm-hmm.
if anyone is listening to this currently, thank you for sticking around this long. If you've wandered into this as the first time, we've got the first 10 episodes of what is now a 152 part series that have been
Yeah.
cut down and cleaned up and made much more digestible. I would recommend giving those a listen if you haven't. And if you have somehow stuck through all of that and you're here, listen to them anyway. There's some information in there that has become more relevant, especially as of 149, and you might appreciate the context. So there you go. That way you don't have to go back and listen to all of it. Still sorry that the first session was like 7 hours long. We did not know what we were doing. Learning. Go team.
Sorry, not sorry.
It was still fun. It was a lot of fun. I recommend stop starting games in caverns, start them on trains. Like taverns are boring, taverns are done. Start on a train, everyone still has to interact, and you have a linear map that people can travel through, and also they have to go where you're going. It's literally railroading. Good times. Anyway, that's my nonsense introduction. Welcome to, I think, 152. Go team. You may now
Yeah.
recap accordingly.
Um, so I guess I'll start. Um,
Session began with Diana.
yeah, it did. Okay, so the session opened up with Diana and the quote unquote writer servant. Um, Basically, she bullied the servant into just dropping the whole non corporeal situation. Um, Writer or quote unquote writer is tall, like 6 feet tall, wearing Western armor that has like black and gold trim. He's got a sword. He's got a shield on his back. Excuse me, I just choked up a little bit there. And he's holding a spear. Um, Basically showed up to supposedly check out the base and see what they're up against? Question mark. Basically the it also delivered a message and said, um, Einosh knows that the statue is in Dream's End, or the Clover statue, um, and that it's going to be trying to get the statue back. And the servant recommended that we use the statue as an opportunity to divert the tree's attention. Um, wouldn't confirm who his master was, wouldn't confirm anything, didn't want to show any part of his face. But he did know that Diana had the eyes of the Fae, and that she and Penelope are working for the ladies of the lake. Um, da, 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 da. There's that. He did casually walk out the door, trying to be mysterious, like, "All right, cool, I'm out." Disappears, and then since Diana can still see, whatever's invisible, he just casually walks out the front door. And she's like, "Oh my god, okay." Um, Back in the library, Penelope got a note from Diana via her mom and a sending from Iden, basically being like, "Hey, we've got all this information we need to share with you, and hey, there was a servant at the base. We all need to meet up here." Um, Penelope was at the library with Vivi and Bjorn and Mishka and Johnny and Morgan and the witch Nostalgia. Nostalgia was telling them about how Mara is asleep on an island and the witches are keeping her or helping keep her asleep. Um, Nostalgia had to run off because it was her turn to go check in on Mara, and she completely forgot, which, honestly, mood. We did find out that um, we found out that we found out two names of the other witches. One is Ennui, who is the purple one. One is Zeal, who is the red one. And there's three other witches. Um, Vivi is gonna go look up more books in the restricted section. Um, Penelope got the book of halfling routes to send off to her mom. And then she met up with the others back at the church. And then they all met up. Diana showed up and told El and Anon what was going on, and they're like, oh shit, okay, we're gonna relay this to our masters who are inside. Relays happened, everybody met up outside. And then Penelope sent a message to Serafina to be like, hey, there was a servant in our base who said they were right, or like, was that you? Like, can you describe your servant? And Serafina was a little bit dodgy, or I think she was a little bit dodgy. Um, and she said, actually wrote it down. Where'd it go? This is both the good and bad thing about things being digital. I can find it, but it's going to take me a second.
Data
And
science.
then Annis basically went and talked to Lucretia to find out what Fadon had been doing for her in not Germany, in Sherwood, and then talked to her about the strange voice that she kept hearing during all of the times where Annis was basically experiencing snapshots of her life, or the original Einsburn's life, and asks if she had any idea what that voice could have been. Lucretia didn't know, but offhand mentioned that it would have had to have been, if it was a voice trying to manipulate her into a situation, it would have had to have been a being capable of seeing the future in order to nudge her into a particular path. And that made Annis suspect Vivian. So before Penelope and Diana got there, she had a quick little powwow with Iden to be like, okay, Vivian is suspicious now, basically. That's about all Annis did. I'm
And I
done talking.
found, huh? Let's see, I found what Serafina's response was. It was, my servant's been with me all day. If you've encountered someone claiming to be my servant, get out of the room. And then another response was, the armored servant, per my gathered information, is aligned with Einash and is commanded by the Edelfelt heir. And that is what we ended on.
Yeah.
Um, was there anything else?
I think that covers most of the highlights. Like, I'm sure if
Yeah.
anything else was missed, we'll hit it when it comes up. But yeah, it was kind of a like group sharing notes session because a bunch of you had
Yeah.
different information that you were then sharing with each other. Hooray.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Neat.
All right, so yeah, you just got your
Uh,
message. That's what you heard back.
okay. So Penelope's gonna be like, oh, okay. I do not like what I just heard. Um, that was really sketchy sounding. Like say she didn't mention writer at all. She could have said that, but she said my servant both times, and then the armored servant, and then she mentioned that the armored servant is aligned with Einosh, and their master is the Edelfelt heir.
And you said that to the party?
Yeah, she's saying this out loud to the group.
Oh.
That's concerning.
Oh. That it's got
That's
to
a
either
lot.
be it's either Tatiana or Luvia if it's the Edelfelt heir, I think. Well, I mean, it could be the parents, but okay. So the master, and then it just goes quiet.
I don't know. There's something up because like Serafina didn't say that it was Ryder. She didn't say like Ryder has been with me this whole time. Ryder, if you see somebody like
Impersonate
indicating,
my
yeah,
writer. Yeah.
like
Hmm. So either she's lying about, either she lied about having the rider. So she did say that her servant was Ryder, right? That's what you told us.
yeah, she did.
But why lie in ascending? It's not like
Well, either
you
she's
would know.
lying or Ryder from the servant at the base
Yeah.
was lying about being Ryder. Either one
Yeah,
is possible. I wouldn't have suspected Serafina of lying if she, except that she's apparently being dodgy.
I think the only reason I can, ooh, God, sorry. The only reason I can think of that she might avoid saying the name of her servant is if she was in a situation where
She's
she
around
didn't want to
others.
reveal. Yeah, if she's around somebody, she doesn't want to reveal who her servant is, too.
But you don't have to
You
respond
can,
out loud, right?
yeah, you can do it
Hmm.
in your head too.
Mm,
Is there any
Something strange is
advantage or
going on.
disadvantage to pretending to be a rider servant?
um,
I mean,
Weaknesses, I would assume,
he might have
to hide.
not wanted to reveal his actual class. I still think he's probably the assassin, but
That's why I
still.
question why she wouldn't double down on that.
Mm-hmm.
can I do an Arcana check?
Sure.
Okay.
What are you checking for?
If there's anything I can think of from the document we read about the Holy Grail ritual stuff that would indicate if there's any advantage to saying, "Oh, I'm the writer," or
Okay.
that is a 12.
Yeah. I mean, the there are certain traits that you can expect out of each class, separate from whoever's individually summoned.
Mm-hmm.
The traits that are associated with a rider are the writing skill, obviously. Um, hey, this is Fate. You have to specify that crap.
The
Like,
writer class sure is full of writers.
yeah, pretty much. Um, like they have the writing skill and they have the magic resistance skill. Those are the things that
Oh.
riders are good at. By comparison, if we're going to consider the other classes that you do not have like more solid leads on yet, the
Mm-hmm.
Lancers have the battle continuation skill, which allows them to keep fighting even after they should be dead. And the Assassins have presence concealment and independent action, which allows them to obviously be much harder to find, and it allows them to go longer without needing to be in touch with their master.
You said that was assassin?
That was Assassin. Yeah.
Okay.
Like their main thing is presence concealment, just to be clear. Independent action is a very common thing. But you
Yeah.
should assume that all assassins have presence concealment. You should assume that Lancers have battle continuation. You should assume Riders have riding and magic resistance.
Okay.
So
So the only thing I can think of would for like pretending to be a writer is like writers have magic resistance. So like maybe that if like
I mean, he could have just been saying a class that he was reasonably certain we hadn't encountered in this Grail War yet to try and
yeah.
keep a secret. I mean, the better question is why would he reveal that to Diana for no good reason? And she'll just turn straight to Diana like, you don't have anything about you that compels people to tell the truth to you, right?
I mean, other than my good looks, no. I'm
So
also very humble, but you know.
so we should assume that he was lying about most of the stuff he said. I mean, it's a fact that he knew about the Clover statue when no one should have. So he's almost certainly the servant connected to Einosh.
Which
we also
Maybe
can't see him.
right.
I mean, but you also can't see uh Belle or Anon when they're in their non-corporeal forms.
But didn't you describe him in your vision and seeing him again as like seen but unseen, like an actual form, not
Oh no,
incorporeal?
no. That's in so what future vision me said like that was a she was unable to see who like even though she should have been able to see who they were when they're invisible. This
Or
guy I fully clocked.
But he was invisible. So
He was invisible,
at,
but I completely saw him.
at the bare minimum, we should assume that he has the ability to be invisible, either
yeah,
through
Yeah.
magical means or as a class trait or as a trait of his legend.
yeah.
So we should assume that he was lying about being the writer. Perhaps he was also lying about needing to move the Clover statue out of this church. Like maybe he was actually trying to warn us, or maybe he was trying to make sure that we do get it out of here, into a more vulnerable area, I guess. I fully believe that Einosh knows the statue is here and is hell bent on getting it now. That is definitely something that is believable.
Well, he
Oh, for
knew
sure.
the statue was back in London. I mean, that's where he last lost contact. It didn't change. So he always knew, he could tell where Clover was.
Yeah, but that he knew when the statue got into Dream's End, so now he's going to be that's easier access for him.
I mean, I guess seeing as he just can walk around as, Snovers, and who's to say that that can't go back through a portal no matter? I mean, like, Annis might be right. Like, what if it is a bait to bring back out? Or, like, what if it's here? Like, no I mean, we have Lucretia here, who's also with the ruler, and obviously servants can't get in, but there's also the Snover, uh, but there's also charity and the whole church organization here. Like, I don't know, and like the witches that you just, or at least one of them that you met, Penelope, like they seem to be a big deal. And like, now, to be fair, people are kind of concerned maybe they're not really taking too much caution from what I understood. But like, there's three different factions here in just this church that I'm like, do we trust what this guy is saying?
Well, our options are leave it here or move it somewhere else, and I think there's probably nowhere else in Dream's End where it would be safe. at this point.
Here, yeah, this would be the safest spot, I think, but not here.
Otherwise we have to send it back up topside, and well, as Derek pointed out, if we put it back in Sherwood, that's just painting a target on Sherwood, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. Um, if you guys don't
Questionable
mind,
there.
I could go see if I can confirm a couple of things with Lucretia to see, maybe to hopefully like clarify, I guess, who's telling the truth more. It's like
I mean,
Serafina seems really nice, but I mean, she like, I don't know. There's something about the way that she responded that I'm not comfortable with. And then
I,
obviously, I'm not comfortable with the idea of a servant just randomly popping into the base either.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, is she going to be able to say anything related to that? Because I mean, it's servant, it's war related, unless there's a way that you could talk about it being
I mean,
not war related.
maybe because, like, I mean, it would, like,
It
if
can't
that
hurt to
was,
try.
huh?
It can't hurt to try. You might as well
Yeah,
at least go try talking to her.
yeah, it can't hurt to try. And besides, if the servant that did go into the base is connected to Einosh, then that does, I feel like personally that counts as endangering the ritual. But
And
Yeah.
if you can bring it forth
uh,
that way and she sees it, yeah.
I can try. Worst case scenario, I have to track down where Laura is. Oh boy.
You need
Okay.
me to contact peers and see where they're at?
That would actually be really helpful.
Yeah. Is there an exact message you want me to pass along?
Tell him that I may need to meet with them to confirm some details. And if he could let me know where to find them, that would be great.
Yeah. Did just say details vaguely, or do you want me to be a little less vague?
Just say um actually hold on. Phrase it as Penelope needs to confirm some details for the ruler.
Okay.
What is your location?
Okay.
Something like that.
I can do that.
Okay. That would be really helpful.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Um,
gonna go send a message to peers. Let me 25 words. This shit. Time
um
to open Word.
okay. All right. Annis, do you want me to, is there anything you want me to ask while I'm in there?
Not really.
Okay. All right, here we go. And she's gonna go back inside. Or
Okie
no,
dokie.
she's gonna go inside. She never left. Or she never went in. But
Yeah.
ugh.
I love when you have all these
um
conversations on the street. It's fun.
it's great.
I thought we were
Ugh.
in the church. Like, I thought that they came into where we were with the statue, right?
Yeah, they
Hindsight,
are.
yes, that is what happened. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're totally right.
Hey.
Because
Yeah.
she walked in,
They
we even worded that. Yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Iden's not leaving that statue. He's a crying mess. It's
okay, then
fine.
never mind. I did it. She's inside.
You
She
walk
just
down the
goes over to
hall.
Lucretia.
Yeah, she is standing awkwardly in the middle of a big old church room, as she does.
Yeah, Penelope's gonna run up and wave and
She waves back, and she walks across the room to meet you halfway. Never a dull
hey,
moment with your lot.
no, it's really not. Ugh. Um, so I've got something I need to talk to you about.
Which one of me?
Or the one who's a little more restrictive on what she can and can't tell me, unfortunately.
Got it.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's fair. She stiffens her shoulders a bit, and then her demeanor shifts a little differently. The way that she interacts with you now reminds you a little bit of interacting with the homunculi in the castle.
Oh.
Yes, how can I help you?
Okay, so I think we may have run into another problem with running the ritual.
Go on.
Okay, so you know, like you're aware of the situation with Einosh, the vampire tree.
Yes, should it endanger the ritual, we will need to deal with it, but at present it has not violated any of the rules, so we are simply keeping an eye on it as an occupational hazard.
I mean, yeah. Um, I did get some intel, and I wanted to confirm some things with you, if that's okay. Like I know you can't really tell me certain things, and I know there's other things that you probably don't trust me to keep. I don't know that if it's a matter of trust, but like I know because I'm friends with some people and whatnot that it's going to be a little more difficult. But
Thus far, you have
I mean,
not
whatever.
overstepped your role as an intermediary in this ritual.
Right?
So long as you continue to do so, I am happy to receive your assistance.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm still happy to help. Um. So I just got word from Diana that one of the servants was back at our home base, and this is one of the other master servants. Um, the issue is I have every reason to suspect that this particular servant might be aligned with Einosh, and he also was in there when a bunch of civilians were in there.
And these civilians are affiliated with one or more of the masters as they're within the base of a master.
I mean, yeah, sort
Unfortun-
of.
Unfortunately, I cannot weigh in on the nature of this. Like, as you are aware, there were a number of civilians affiliated with the Butcher, Motley
Yeah,
Apex, and they were caught in the crossfire of the Grail War. Once someone claims allegiance to one of the masters, formally or informally, they are considered part of the conflict.
gotcha. Um, Now I did try to confirm with one of the other masters if it was her servant, just based on the information that the servant gave Diana. But I couldn't get a very clear answer from her either. And I don't know if there's anything you can clarify based on the information I was given. I think that would be really helpful.
What information are you trying to obtain?
Okay, so the servant that was in the base claimed to be the writer servant. Um, he wouldn't divulge who his master was, which I mean, I get it. Like that's kind of a key piece of information. Um, but based on what I've been told by other masters, the writer servant is supposed to belong to one of the representatives from Clock Tower. And I reached out to this representative, and I asked her if Ryder was at the base and if she could give me a description of her servant because I haven't seen her servant before. Um, she didn't say that Ryder was not at the base. She just said that my servant has been with me all day And if you see someone impersonating my servant, get out of there. She also said that the armored servant is aligned with Einosh and is commanded by the Edelfelder. So, somebody is telling a lie, and I'm personally having trouble sorting through this information to figure out who is telling the truth, and I don't want to act on anything without some grain of truth.
And how would the information of the identities of masters and classes of their corresponding servants factor into your duties in a manner that protects the integrity of the Holy Grail war ritual?
Well, the Department of Lore, which is the department that the one master came from, that said that her servant was with her all day. She has pledged her help to deal with the problem of Einosh. And if I can't confirm that it was not her servant that had infiltrated the base, then I don't know that we can actually trust them to carry out the duties they've promised to fulfill.
We have not at this time formally asked for assistance in the matter of Einosh. So at this time, none of the masters are under any obligation to cede any competitive advantage in pursuit of resolving the situation with the Einosh forest.
Gotcha. Um, then what? Just in your opinion, what should I do then?
At this time, the forest of Einosh has not interfered with the ritual. That said, it would be of concern were servants to encounter the forest and in the process risk being consumed. So the
Hmm.
present course of action would be to avoid encountering the forest to the best of your ability. Masters may, of course, participate in whatever they wish, but the advisement of the overseer would be to avoid risking themselves and the ritual unnecessarily. The recommendation would be to have the masters encounter the other masters and have their servants do battle and resolve the ritual in a timely manner. Should the
Okay.
forest endanger the ritual fundamentally, then it would be our role as the overseer and the overseer's assistant to
Hmm.
revisit the needs of the situation, similar to what occurred when the master of Berserker endangered local civilians in pursuit of objectives separate from the completion of the Holy Grail War ritual. So long as the
Okay.
tree does not endanger the ritual, we have no action to take.
Now here's another question then. Um, I'm sure you know about the statue that's currently sitting in the middle of the church, or I'm not sure where out of character. I don't actually remember where it is in the
It's
building,
a side room.
but yeah.
It's within the
Um,
church.
yeah. But yeah, I'm sure you're aware of the statue that's currently in the building that's connected to Einosh.
Yes, I am aware.
Okay. So the servant that appeared at our base also mentioned that Einosh is going to be seeking the statue out because it knows that it's in Dream's End now. Is the statue safe here? Or does it need to go elsewhere?
The statue is presently stored here as an action unrelated to my role as overseer of the Holy Grail War ritual. I will not be leveraging any resources to protect it. That
Okay.
would be up to the other denizens of this location, should they see fit.
Okay. So if, let's say, the tree decides to attack the church, and by extension, you with it.
Should the forest attempt to violate the neutral ground clause of the Holy Grail War ritual, it would face appropriate consequences.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for your help. Thank you for your guidance.
Thank you for your assistance in the completion of the Holy Grail War ritual.
Yeah, of course.
And with that, her shoulders lower a little bit into a more relaxed position, and her demeanor shifts back to the Lucretia that you know. Sorry she couldn't be more
She's,
helpful.
yeah, it is what it is.
For what it's worth, I think there are some things that you could take away from this.
Right.
I can't give you any special information, but I would like to reiterate some of the conditions of this space, should it perhaps help you in deciding what to do next. The first rule
Okay.
of the neutral ground location is that all masters are welcome here. The second rule is that should a master come here, they will be protected from other servants and interference until the end of the Grail War ritual.
Mm-hmm.
The third rule is that servants are not permitted here.
Right.
And the fourth rule is that in the event that the overseer sees fit, the overseer may call on the masters and servants to assist in protecting the integrity of the Grail War ritual. And
That's a
just in
good
case you
reminder.
just in case you missed it, masters are permitted here.
Yep.
And may claim sanctuary.
Mm-hmm. I think the best I can do in this situation is relay that information and let them make a decision on that. Because,
That would probably be for the best.
yeah, I don't know if I need to. I'm going to see what Aiden was able to find out, and then I'll figure out things from there.
Wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. And how are you holding up?
I'm doing well so far. I will say that I'm glad that the first servant has fallen. I hope that the ritual does not drag out for too long, as part of my connection to the entire process is a greater understanding of how much mana is flowing from the Fuyuki ley line into this process. The wish made at the end of the Fifth Grail War is still being fulfilled, and I'm feeling the mana flowing through to it even now. So I suspect that if the ritual takes too long, we may face more drastic consequences on the surface level.
Yeah. The long story short, I need to get a move on.
The pace has been good so far, but I suspect that eventually the necessary resources will perhaps manifest a more clear view of what that wish was, but
Mm-hmm.
accordingly, the cost will be much higher if it does.
Yep.
And personally, I am concerned that should things continue too far, the threat to humanity as well as the Earth will continue to build and may result in action taken by Gaia or Elia to more aggressively resolve the situation.
Yeah, we don't want that. Also, did you, totally random, has nothing to do with anything that we were just talking about. Did you know that Mara is asleep on an island out in the ocean here?
Yes, that is where she rests at the moment.
Okay. Um,
Should you
I
feel the
hope
need to
she,
drop a nuclear bomb on her, it would be greatly appreciated.
yeah, she needs to not wake up.
I'm in agreement. Um,
And
Honestly,
yeah, no.
I I am currently connected to her sleeping form and the
Oh
Holy Grail
no.
War ritual and Gaia itself and the memories of the host of this body and a number of other things. And getting closer to Mara was not ideal, but back when we were looking in Scribe's memory and I saw that the path to Dream's End was open, it became inevitable that we would be here. I chose this location for the ritual because I thought it would give me a bit of an advantage when I thought I was going to be one of the masters, to be closer to one of my sources of power. But in the condition that I'm in now, I'm not so sure.
Ugh. I'm so sorry you're having to deal with all that.
It is part of my job.
I know. But she's just she's just like, can I give you a hug?
It would be welcome, thank you.
Okay. And she's gonna give her a big hug.
Yep.
I'm in a very huggy mood today, apparently.
Unlike most people, she does not awkwardly loom down at you. She seems to adjust her height to hug you on equal level and then adjust her height back afterwards.
Hang in there, Lucretia.
Will do. Good luck to you as well. I will say that for your friends, keeping that statue here is obviously up to them. Uh, as a favor, the nice people from the church could likely be convinced to help you with defending it, but it is not something that I'm allowed to interfere in. I'm confident that the other denizen of my head would prevent it. So that is my fair warning on that front.
Good to know.
I am
All right.
not allowed to interfere in matters of masters taking sanctuary in the church. And then you see her twitch. Oops. Anyway.
Huh?
And then she walks back over
Oops.
to the middle of the room.
Oops. Okay, bye. She's like,
In the other room. Hey, it's Iden. Penelope needs to confirm some information for the ruler. Is there a place she can meet you and Laura currently?
And you said
Says
that
this with
to Pierce, just to confirm?
yeah,
Yeah.
he's like saying this, and it's the most like trying to keep it together, calmness as possible. Like, yeah, where can y'all meet?
And so he gets the response from Pierce. Well, I can be there. If you're at the church, we can meet at neutral ground, and we can be there shortly. We know a shortcut. Will that work?
He'll do another sending back. Perfect. Excellent. See you there. Great talk. See you soon. Bye. Just
Bitch.
super awkward.
oh my god.
He's gonna use all 25 of those to just be an awkward turtle.
That's
Free
fair.
bitch. I'm just kidding.
And just confirming, you were asking to speak with Pierce, right?
And Lore. Like he's trying to ask because I don't know if she wants Seraphina there too, but he put and Lore.
And Laura. Okay. I'm making sure that I'm not misinterpreting what you said, because obviously
Yeah.
he's got to interpret what that direction means.
Yeah,
So,
like clearly if he can make it too, that'd be nice because he's talking to him, which is why he said you, but then put Lore as well.
uh-huh.
So if there's any that can't make it clearly, he can just be like, hey, but whoever he can gather that obviously, knows information and can pass information for, ruler related stuff,
Uh-huh.
hey.
Okay.
Yep. Um
Cool. Message was sent.
yeah. He just like waits for Penelope to come back.
Yeah, she's coming outside. Or not outside, wherever they are. She's going over there.
Down the
Yeah,
hall
he's
into
like,
the supply closet that he stowed in.
so I don't know if he just, is also in Residuum or just assumes most people go there automatically. He asked if we were there. He could meet you soon here.
Oh,
I,
okay. Ugh.
yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't really able to confirm much.
That's okay.
But as far as keeping statue clover here, I also didn't get, very clear guidance on that.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
Lucretia did remind me of the rules of the neutral grounds.
Yeah, servants can't go in. I mean, that's.
Servants can't go in. Masters can go in and can be granted sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything were to happen to the neutral ground, Lucretia can't necessarily interfere, but the church people can choose whether or not to interfere, is the best answer I've got.
Yeah,
So
it's
I
kind of
don't
what
know.
I figured.
I don't know what that means for you as far as your decision goes.
It's do we want it to even get to that point that the neutral ground becomes a risk?
Yeah.
And I would prefer not that. Like, yeah, masters can come in, and technically he's not even a master. He could just walk in as, Snowvine like he did at Temple of Eldath, and that's more so my concern, but he wouldn't be able to bring in that servant with something I did know.
Yeah. So
It's just a question of if we move him, what's going to be a good location?
honestly, that's gonna be up to you. You can put him back where you found him, or not found him, but you could put him back where he was. I don't know if you wanted something that was like constantly moving. I don't know, maybe like you may be able to put him on like Van-Fem's boat or something.
That's
I
not a
don't
bad
know.
idea. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, like I can't.
It's-
I'm
Oh,
pretty much tapped out on like sendings and stuff for today.
I've got sendings,
Um,
and I'm not going anywhere until, this gets sorted.
I mean, I figured like he might. If I asked him if he could accommodate, then it might come across a little better because I do business with him.
Yeah. So do you want to, I guess,
Um,
wait till you're
but
not
like,
out?
huh?
Do you need to, like, do we want to wait another day then when you're not tapped out on that?
That's that's gonna honestly that is up to you. Like I am willing to use like one sending to to confirm that he can do it or to confirm that he'd at least be willing to negotiate with somebody, but like that's
I mean, one sending is
if
good
you need
enough.
this if you need this taken care of like quickly,
Yeah.
that's not something I'm going to be able to do.
No, I mean, if you can start the conversation, I can always finish it. It's just,
Yeah.
if you think you starting it would be better, then absolutely.
Um how about this? Cuz I know you want this taken care of sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Go ahead and send him a message. Um and just tell him that Penelope sent you.
Okay.
And maybe that'll help.
Okay.
I don't know. But
I'll think of something very formal and very straightforward, I guess.
like honestly, just I wouldn't even try to be like super formal or anything. Like yes, he's a dead apostle, and yes, he's like got a disgustingly large grip on the entertainment industry. But like he's still kind of a person.
So put the free bitch at the end.
You can totally use the free bitch. And if he
Okay.
says anything about it, then like just tell him to just tell him I told you to say that.
Okay.
But
And,
like just just don't overdo it with the flattery.
oh, it's not about the flattery. It's
Or
more
don't overdo it with the flattery in the ceremony.
it's,
Just
it's
just
more
be
so I want,
casual
yeah.
and ask nicely.
That's the main part, the
Yeah.
politeness. It's kind of a big ask.
Yeah. Just don't be an asshole about it and you should be fine.
Yeah. Time to dip into 4th level slots, baby.
I sure hope none of you plan on fighting today.
No, Ian does not plan to fight. Ian plans to go to sleep after this with his nice little friend
I'm
until
going
he
to
gets.
remind you that you can't just do stuff for an hour and then go to sleep and then be all topped off again. You actually have a
No,
limit to how much you can sleep.
I just know that tonight is going to be a nice night. He is not doing any fighting, and he will throw physical hands and not magical hands if it becomes necessary.
That's fair. I'm just letting you know.
She's just gonna pat him on the shoulder and be like, "Good luck, big guy," and then, "Oh no, I picked that up from Annis. Damn it! Fuck. Okay, I'm going elsewhere."
Had his fucking knee.
Fuck. He's just gonna be like, "All right, cool. I'll go outside and wait and see if Lore shows up. All right, cool."
Yeah, I'm gonna mute as I figure out my 25 words.
Fair enough.
For a second. I want to clack too loud.
Where is Annis?
She hasn't really gone anywhere.
So like she's inside, right? Though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, she's just gonna go up to Annis and be like, "You're starting to rub off on me a little much."
Oh?
I just called Aiden big guy.
Oh. Sorry?
I've never done that before.
I mean, he is big and he is a guy.
Yeah. But yeah, I couldn't find out more about the servant.
I suspected as much, but couldn't hurt to try.
Yeah, it's always a good way to try. I don't know, where are you thinking of going next?
I have no idea. We need to take care of the situation with the statue before we can do anything. Yeah, I don't. I suppose the next step is to start trying to figure out what we can do against Einosh. You're going to go meet up with Echo to try and help her with that, right? Whatever she's doing down south.
Yeah, that was the train of thought there, yeah.
Suppose I could start moving ley lines if we went up north, or I could stick around here and gather more information. I don't know. This is the most I've been able to sit down and since we beat the butcher, it feels like.
Yeah. Like, aside from you and Naiden, there's still 4 more masters to get through.
That's true.
No, hold on. That's bad math. No, wait, that's correct. I can't math. Right?
But at the moment, I'm not concerned with Saber or whoever Seraphina's servant is or whoever Umbra's servant is. Right now, I'm really just concerned about the Einosh situation and who the master is. Well, if Seraphina's telling the truth, we at least know it's not Fidan, but that doesn't rule him out as being controlled by Einosh.
Yeah. Like, I really hope it's not Fidan. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy to get mixed up in that.
Who knows? But if she's telling the truth, it's got to be either Tatiana or Luvia. Who if it's Luvia, then I am afraid.
Let's say I don't know. Like, I don't know Luvia quite as well, but like she doesn't seem like the type either.
She doesn't. We only briefly met Tatiana.
Yeah.
We're not going to resolve anything by just sitting around here and speculating.
Right.
If I just get a little break, I can scry, and I can try scrying on either Fidan or Tatiana or Luvia.
Yeah.
I suppose I could go out and get some information from people in town. I don't know.
She's just gonna reach out and put a hand on it. Like, I assume Annis is like sitting down.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And she's just gonna
she's sitting on the floor against a wall with her massive notebook in her lap.
Penelope's gonna like reach over and pat her on the shoulder. Be like, Annis, just like now's a good time to rest. Like I know we rest a lot, but I mean, if you need a minute and you need to scry and wait, you can scry now?
Yeah, I figured it out.
Oh,
I think I figured it out.
oh, that's cool though.
I know how to do it in theory. I just haven't been able to actually do it, but I think I just need a little while. I just need to sit and collect my thoughts. Maybe the Sarai will just fail, or maybe I'll learn something. Who knows? But yeah, I don't know what I'm doing at the moment. I don't know what the next steps are.
Yeah. Like I think the idea of eventually going up to start working on the ley lines is a good idea. Like anything we can do to weaken Einosh would be good.
Yeah,
And you know, you are a boss ass bitch.
yeah.
And you did rearrange all those ley lines back at the castle.
Anything we can do.
Yeah. She's just gonna be like, I don't know, can I give you a hug, Annis?
Sure, but she doesn't get up or anything.
Penelope is just gonna like put her arms around Annis's shoulders. Just like lean in and be like, if you're not okay, blink twice.
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm not really even tired. I mean, I am, but there's only so much sleeping I can do.
Yeah. Well, in that case, why you could try scrying like now, right?
No, I can't. I have to rest for a little while.
Oh,
Out of character, Annis has an ability called Natural Recovery. If she takes a short rest, she gets back spell slots.
Yep.
She already used she used her 5th level spell slot just basically to see if she could do Tree Stride and to punk Iden, and then he was all excited, and then he was all like, "Oh, never mind, it was just you, Annis."
Oops.
Now Annis was kind of bummed that she got him excited for no reason, but she did meet what's her face,
kindling.
not important, not important, just yeah.
Yeah. Um, she's like, yeah, I know you're resting a lot. Just just take a couple minutes if you want to like, cause you write a lot of notes. It's actually
been
kind of neat.
keeping up with been keeping up with everything. I started this journal the day that we met on the train, actually. Well,
Oh,
yes, when we finally got to the inn, I spent a while recounting everything that happened on the train and all that. I've been taking a lot of notes.
that's cool. Like that honestly, go back and just like flip through it until you're ready to scry.
Yes, that is what I am trying to do.
And then I'll stop bothering you.
I'm sure you've got better things to do. Apparently, Laura's coming here or something.
Yeah, I asked if they could come here so I can confirm some shit, and then once I confirm shit, we'll go from there. Ugh.
I think Annis finally does. She just closes her notebook and stands up and goes, I think I will go outside, but I'll be fine outside. My servant is here. I'm just gonna go sit under a tree and watch the ocean and read my notes. She just leaves.
Hope it wasn't anything I said. Um, Penelope's gonna also go outside and just kind of sit on the stairs and wait for Lore to show up.
Well, if enough of you nerds are outside, I'll actually pull up the outside map. We haven't used it since you got here, I think.
Yeah, I don't think so.
All right, outside map, let's go. See who remembers it. Bam, map.
Woohoo!
All right, might as well stick some of you on here. There's enough room for people to see stuff. Why not? All right, so because people are.
Oh,
What's that?
Mishka probably didn't go in the church at all, so he's probably outside too.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna mostly use this because we seem to be having trouble keeping track of who's inside and who's outside. So we're just gonna drag you on there. Mishka, outside. Penelope, outside. Oh wait, let me turn off the console notifications because they're annoying. Boop, good. All right.
I think I finally got 25 exact words.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. We got a lot of effort, actually.
And it's outside. Who else is outside? Servants are outside. We know that much. Just because they're around.
It should be
I'm gonna
there.
turn off the lock-on movement. You're not fighting. I don't care. Have at. You can move around now.
Woohoo!
But yeah, Mishka probably would have been sitting on the stairs.
Gasp.
All right. Nerds that are outside somewhere. You know, it's more fun to pretend that he's doing Batman stuff. So Anon is on the roof right now. You're welcome to move him, but it's more fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if either of the boys followed Annis out. She wasn't going like, I need to be alone or anything like that. She just kind of needed to be outside.
That's fair.
Belle is enjoying the fountain. Yeah, I think the boys would probably follow her out. They don't really have much. Well, hold on, clarifying. Did you assign anyone to be on statue guard duty inside before I make assumptions about what your NPCs are doing?
I feel like Aiden is wrapped around the statue.
Oh, he is.
That they don't want to watch that, so they're outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is Diana still inside by chance? Or is she outside?
Can't hear you.
Oh no.
Sorry, I forgot to unmute.
Oh no.
I was trying to be conscious of noises. No, she's going outside. I'm just gonna assume she went outside at some point while Penelope was in there talking to Lucretia.
Okay. Why are you forever tiny? Turn into T-Rex once, and you just become incredibly tiny forever after.
She's like, I'm going to be everyone's problem.
It's important to have goals, I guess. Anyway, there she is. Bam. Cool. All right, I think that's most of you. If I'm forgetting anyone, it's not personal. Is Bjorn like at Waffle House or something?
He's hiding. It's fine. He's off in the distance. He doesn't need attention.
He's not on the map essentially. Yeah, I'm mostly doing this since otherwise it's just gonna be a dead screen. I mean, you're welcome to start a fight if you want to, but it's not really the plan.
It's the metal chair.
Is Belle in full view right now, or is she invisible?
Not
wait,
right
it doesn't
now.
really matter. Never
She's
mind.
just hanging out. Like, no, she's visible.
Well,
she's not really being too promiscuous. She
over
does
the
look
slider.
like she's got the blue hair. Present.
Yeah.
Like she's still doing that, but
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I just dragged Diane over to where she was.
I sent you the 25 words just so I had them written down.
Okay.
And you have them very clearly.
All right. Let me pull up whichever tool you did that on.
I sent it through Steam still to
Okay,
keep it easy.
cool.
Words are important.
Words are important. There it is.
Yeah, like it was really cool. It opened it up in a
It's
tab
another
just
tab.
open.
Yeah, that took me a second to find it. I don't know my way around Steam at all. I've only ever used it to play video games, learning all
Fair.
about the social features. And you set that directly to
Van-Fem, yeah.
Van-Fem directly. Okay, just wanted to make sure I have the right point of contact.
Yeah, I had to. Usually I do the opening of it's Aiden, so everyone knows who it is, but I'm sure he knows his voice. I needed
Oh,
those words.
Aiden's voice stands out in his
Yeah.
head, as Aiden is a lot. Um, all right, I will start typing his response, but if you lot want to do anything outside while I do that, feel free. Otherwise, I'll try to be quick.
Yeah, Penelope is just chilling. Diana's also just chilling. I don't know, since Penelope's sitting next to Mishka, she's just gonna be like, "Hi, Mishka.
Oh, hello.
How's it been
Very
out here?"
Very boring out here, not much to see, but I've been glaring at everyone that walks by. And the bird has been keeping me company too. And like Hemlock is probably perched on the church,
Perched
observing.
on the church. Yeah, Hemlock's good about that. Honestly, you feed him food, he will be your best friend for life.
Yeah, not much to see out here.
Ugh. Honestly, that's probably a good thing right now.
True, very true.
Yeah, Lord Department should be on their way here, so we can talk to them. Okay, so like you were there when we went to talk to them originally. They did
Yeah.
say they have the writer servant, right?
I will be honest, I was not really paying attention.
Oh. Um,
I am here to punch things.
I mean, and you're very good at punching.
Well, and stabbing now, apparently.
You're very good at both of those.
I leave all of the brain stuff to you and the half elf lady and the centaur, I guess. I am just here to be muscle. And to pay for my daughter's college tuition.
Oh yeah.
This conversation is entirely just so that there's not dead air while sendings happen, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
I mean, the response has been sent, so I was just going to let you reach a point. So Aiden has a reply. That is for Aiden to figure out.
Also, Aiden is muted. Just FYI.
Sorry, Aiden was typing and didn't want to clap my
Ah.
ears. I was immediately sending a reply to that. But also, I feel like Bjord would just poof out of thin air because I did hear you go like she did say that like, she had a rider, right? And Bjord's just like, she did.
Oh my God, where did you come from?
Looks around. He's like in the bushes behind you.
Ugh.
You must always blend in with your surroundings. He like slides back into the
There he is.
bush.
I just picture him like Homer Simpson himself.
Yeah, I was
back
imagining
into the
that too.
That's essentially what he did.
I mean, admittedly, that's also what the butcher did.
To be
So,
fair. Yeah, but he pulls out like his little notepad that he had because he did take notes during that meeting. And he's like, has it right there. It's like, yeah, did say rider.
Okay. Oh. Yeah.
All we can do is wait, I guess.
Yeah.
So I've added the other characters that are outside, um,
Yeah.
just in case. Like, if you don't want to use this as like random NPC catch-up time, that's fine. You had a lot of it, but the options are there. For funsies, I'm going to put
Oh shit. Okay.
Johnny over here, enjoying the admittedly weirdly out of place dead tree. And I think all the other NPCs are here in one place or another. If I
I
miss
just
them and you
noticed
want them,
Morgan.
let me
There,
know. Oh, yeah, she's way down
there
there.
is there is ample space for someone to sit down next to Annis if any of her 3 NPCs or any of the others want to come sit next to her.
I say Penelope is like, I don't know if I should.
Derek makes the move.
Yeah.
Derek's not a coward.
I mean, of the two of them, which one do you think is going to wait years and years and which one is not?
Fair. Oh,
How you doing?
could be better. Glad to not be in the middle of a crisis
Yeah,
at the moment.
it's refreshing after a day of, well, fighting a super monster and then going inside the head of a rock man and seeing a bigger
Was a
super
lot.
monster.
Yep. We should probably enjoy this while we can, because the next thing we're doing is fighting the tree, the next super monster. But
Yeah.
we've taken out plenty of trees before. We can do it again, and we beat a dead apostle, so we can do that again too.
I don't suppose you guys have a cruise missile or anything, do you? They seem to not like explosions.
I mean, I don't, but I don't genuinely know what Penelope and Diana can do. There were all those weapons that all the harvesters had. Maybe not a cruise missile, but we could probably go get some of those. We really
Yeah,
needed to.
that's true. I was thinking it might be pretty neat if we took those bags that, you can put stuff through and just somehow found a way to use that to point something. But it occurred to me that shooting a rocket into one wouldn't make a rocket fly out of the other one. It would probably just blow up in the other one since they don't really come back out. But it was a neat
Yeah,
idea for a little bit.
probably. We did have we did have grenades for the first tree that we fought. Me and Penelope and Kwaku. Maybe we could get more grenades.
I mean, it's not my thing, but I'm absolutely down for the idea of it since, you know, it's a giant monster vampire tree.
A bunch of them. It's a whole forest of them.
Yeah, you think this might be one of those exceptions where Smokey the Bear will look the other way if we just sort of torch it?
I have no idea what you just said.
You don't know about Smokey the Bear?
No.
Okay, so you know how Mishka's a bear?
Yeah.
Imagine if Mishka were actually a bear and he was just walking around like in jeans, looking all buff as hell, and then telling kids to like not cause fires. That is what America's like.
Huh. She's
Yeah.
just like speechless. So
Listen, and
there
that's
are
some of the
bears
good
that
propaganda. That's some of the good stuff.
so there are bears that just wear jeans and tell kids not to light fires over
Mostly
in
they're people
America.
in suits, but yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
They're
that makes
dressing
more
up like
sense.
bears. Yeah, they're not. To my knowledge, none of them are actually bears. But honestly, after all the stuff we've seen, some of them might be.
Don't know much about American druids, honestly.
They're something.
Strange.
Okay. I have sent a message. Shit's painful.
But yeah, like ultimately what I'm saying is, are we gonna have to fight our way through an entire forest, or
I
are we
hope
gonna
not.
have to piss it off and make it come to us?
I'm hoping we only really have to fight the one tree and the servant and whoever the Edelfelt heir is. I hope it's not Luvia. She kicked my ass when we were like 7 years old. She also has kicked your ass. If she's
I
the master,
I have to point out that I could take her. I could
I
I could do it.
I want to believe. I want to believe in you. She's very strong.
She's a wrestler. They have limits.
I'm not saying I hope it's Tatiana, but I just hope it's not Luvia.
Honestly, I wouldn't know like much of, I don't know what Tatiana could do, if I'm being completely clear on this one. Like I know Luvia knows how to use gems, she knows how to use Gander, she knows how to wrestle. She is very much a clock tower wizard, and that's very dangerous. I don't know what her sister can do at all.
I I don't either. Ugh, what a mess.
But I do think that if either one of them is a master, then that is that is going to be a challenge because Luvia is very competitive. And if she enters a conflict like that, she's going to want to win. She's not going to hold back. And if it's
Well,
Tatiana and she's the kid who always got looked over, she's going to have something to prove.
and there's the very real possibility that they are infected with Einosh and being controlled by it. Same thing with Mr. Fadon. I don't. I think I would prefer that over they just did it of their own volition.
Yeah, because that
But
would mean that they presumably killed Grandma
and frame me for it
and
too.
framed you for it. And that doesn't sound in character for Luvia, and I don't think her sister has a dinner. I didn't really get that vibe from her when we saw her. And
Well,
you've known Fadon for a long time, and he doesn't seem like he's that kind of guy. So, like, if either they're playing the really long game, or yeah, they're probably tree puppets.
yeah, and we did see Clover just be immediately taken over, no agreeing to it, no nothing. With our own eyes, we saw that, so
I guess he's not a
who
warlock,
knows?
huh?
We will guess we will cross that bridge when we get to it.
Well, be that as it may, sounds like the reigning king of Hula Hoop Wednesday has got a building full of people trying to help, so maybe we can piss it off that way.
Yeah, maybe.
And then a
Oh,
wild Freddy appears.
Yes.
You guys talking about the tree thing?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's that's a lot, but you know what? Oddly enough, I am trained for this.
Oh, that's true. Dead apostle.
Not just any dead apostle, a not subtle dead apostle. Um, I had to learn what my teacher would tell me about this one, and the thing about it is that as a big old tree, it's kind of dumb and worried about the fact that when we were inside of that statue's head, it was talking to us, because that is not what my understanding of the tree is. It's supposed to be a tree. It's supposed to be reactive and raw nature and all of that. The idea that it's talking to people and planning and egging people on, like that's different.
Yeah, it's. I mean, all of the children of Einosh that we've interacted with have been like that, but I mean, it was a dead apostle that got like drunk by a tree or something. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, it was a dead apostle who got killed by a much stronger dead apostle and then left to die, and then the tree ate its blood. And per the rules, if you're a blood drinker, you get classified as a dead apostle, and if you drink the blood of a dead apostle, you've got a good chance of replacing that dead apostle.
So
So that's what happened there.
it's probably just the consciousness from that original Einosh, or whatever that huge tree is, was an intelligent tree before it got taken over by Einosh.
Yeah. Either way, this is a bit above what I would have expected. That said, I will say that I don't expect the church to be of any real help against it. Um, the sad fact is that every time a child of Enosh pops up, they send a few newbies in, let them get their scars, see which ones come back for pride, but they don't ever realistically expect to kill these things. The fact that you've killed several of them is actually very impressive, and they're not going to send any resources in to kill the big one. As long as it stays here, I think it's really just going to be us and whatever we can get together. But
It does seem like there's a whole lot of people, at the very least, willing to fight it instead of us, help us fight it, put, truce in place to get rid of it. So
I mean,
I know we can do it. I'm
it's all,
not worried.
super cool team up stuff, but I'm not getting a lot of volunteers who actually want to walk in and fight it. I think they want to just do stuff from the outside.
Yeah, it'll probably be up to us, as usual. But I'm not worried. We can do it. I'm not saying we should charge right in right now. There's a lot of stuff we can do. I was able to move ley lines to weaken one once a few months ago. It seems like forever ago, but it was only back in March. Um, I can probably do something like that again. There's things we can do. I'm not worried. I should be, but I think I worried so much about fighting the butcher that I have lost my capacity for worrying for the time being. And I'm just trying to enjoy a little bit of peace and quiet for now. I don't expect it to last.
Hey,
That
take
wasn't
your take your breaks when you get them. I mean, I'm
I, wa-
certainly gonna
I
try
was
to rest up.
that wasn't me saying, "Oh gosh, shut up, you guys," or anything like that. It was just
No, I mean it's what it is. I mean, we got a break. At present, no one seems to be trying to kill us. We don't have any harvesters stomping in on us, and it's kind of nice just to enjoy the sunlight. And this is coming from a guy that likes to lurk around under shadow and darkness and whatever,
the
cool
sad thing is I
stuff.
can't tell which one of them said that because they both
It
do
applies to
that.
both of them. Yeah. That is Derek talking, and that is
Okay, okay.
Freddie staring at him like, you asshole.
Yes, I
And
know Annis has a type.
and Freddie's like, right, well, yeah, rest up. We'll do what we can. Enjoy the day, and also, honestly, this is a nice change of pace from crawling around a creepy swamp or getting eaten by dinosaurs, because that was yesterday somehow. I
Are
think
days
when
just longer here? They
it
seem like they're
feels like
longer
it,
here.
it feels like it. I mean, when I was pulling together information on the lot of you for Boss Man Van-Fem, it seems like whenever you guys show up somewhere, a whole lot of things happen in a few days, and then when you leave, things get quiet again. So I think it's just you.
Yeah, I guess we just have all the luck.
You know that Paris is pretty chill until you show up, and then out of nowhere, Arsène Lupin retires, and a bunch of harvesters get busted up, and also some shenanigans happen in like reports
We
of people getting shot at on the streets. That is not common.
we were invited, and
A
how
lot of
long will
people were
you?
invited, Annis, but how many of them got in street fights the night they arrived?
That's a good point. We were we were trying to save a little. No- Freddie, how long were you gathering information about us?
I was gathering information about you from the moment you popped up on the radar when a few mercenaries were bitching and moaning about getting stiffed in the mountains of Germany, and your description popped up to them, and I knew it was you the second I read it. And I was worried, but then it turned out you were fine, even though you disappeared for a while near the Einsburns, and then you popped up in France, and then I knew things were okay. And so, yeah, about that long. Like past that, I knew about the shop, obviously. Like that's not really a secret. I had to look up information on all of you. Like this guy over here points at Derek. It's like, he was just like running around America beating up criminals just for funsies, and he only really stopped doing it because he lost his fancy mask and then never really went back to continue his war on crime. Yeah, I found important stuff to do here, thanks. Just pointing out, everybody's got a backstory.
Mm, you should start. You should stop talking. I already said I forgave you for not contacting me, but that was before I realized just now that you've known. You know what? No, 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 no. I'm not getting mad. I'm enjoying. I'm relaxing.
Sorry, that wasn't my intention. I'm glad you were safe. If anything had changed, I would have been right off that boat. And with that, he awkwardly walks away.
Couldn't have sent a letter, anything.
He, weird vampire man, walks up the side of that wall rather than going back to where he was before. And in true brooding weirdo fashion, he comes over here and he lurks behind the statue of an angel, zooming out so that people can see it at home because he's exactly that guy.
I feel like Bjorn is just taking notes, right? Like he sees this happen, scribbles, looks over to Mishka, like, it's better than a telenova.
Hmm. Yeah, I think Derek is still winning. For me, anyway. He like
Hmm,
leans over and whispers, but again, audio medium. I never really liked that Freddy guy anyway. I think she should go with the blonde.
a good option. It's a good option.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Sir Lord Edgeness needs to really rack up more points.
I tell her like, yeah, she has two hands, but so does the blonde guy. They can just hold each other's hands, both hands. She does not need to hold hands with the vampire guy. But
No, she holds hands with sword and then destroys everything.
oh, that's true. She does do that
Yes,
too. Yes,
yes,
yeah.
yes. Forget the boys. More violence, Mishka.
Oh, that is not bad option. You were my daughter. I would tell her to have one hand with sword and the other hand with like book for studying. But she is not my
Very
daughter.
good, yes. Very smart, very smart. One hand spatula, one hand knife. Understandable.
That. Mm,
hmm
mm.
hmm
And Annis is just like folded her arms and is like scowling. It's like trying real hard not to say anything.
Oh god. Oh, speaking of, Bjorn looks over to like Mishka. It's like, speaking of, violence, I have to figure out how to change Pancake Golem into Waffle Golem now.
Well, I mean, you're very smart. I am sure you can do it.
Oh, thank you, Mishka. Oh, it's just flattery. All he can think about is like, how would a waffle golem do inside a forest? Hmm.
So
Oh,
Penelope,
message.
this is like watching one of those TV shows, right?
Yeah, kinda.
All right,
Feels a
I didn't like.
bit dramatic.
Yeah, a little bit. Although, like, not gonna lie, that was some shit Freddy pulled.
Well, yeah, he's a spy for a vampire man.
Yeah,
Speaking as another person who had to work for that vampire man, he probably didn't have a lot of a say in where he could or couldn't go. So, like, in fairness, he probably didn't actually have much of a choice. But you know what? I left. It can be done.
yeah,
You
Yeah.
might
yeah.
lose you might lose a whole lot of what makes it possible for you to safely travel from one place to another, and you might lose access to your ability to cast spells, and you might have a lot of hardships, and you might have trouble breathing sometimes, but you can leave. It is a choice.
Penelope's just gonna like reach over and hold her hand, and she's like, "But you got through it.
I did, and I've got you to thank for that.
You, you are okay, right?"
Yeah, I just look, I think that the guy made a lot of mistakes. I'm not rooting for him, honestly, between the two of them. I kind of like the Sunshine Shadow guy more so than the Shadow guy. But
Damn.
I do think that
Right,
in fairness, like it's easy to say what he should have done. Like it's a lot harder when you have to do it.
right.
Maybe pick up a damn phone though.
Yeah, for real.
Everybody's dogging on Freddy.
She's like, Jesus. I'm like, holy shit. Everyone has been like, fuck Freddy.
Everyone
Who
in the
picked
world
Derek?
has experienced someone who did not respond to their messages, and it is
Oh
a
my
universal
god.
feeling.
Yeah. He could have had one sending, one letter. Fuck that guy. Like, holy shit, it's hilarious.
Fuck that guy in particular.
Yeah.
Bananas, don't fuck that guy.
Yeah.
In
Like,
fairness, he doesn't have the ability to use sending. That's not a thing you can hold against him.
oh yeah, but
Nope.
letters exist, so he ain't got shit. Snail mail is
Yeah.
great in
I mean,
2005.
he said he knew where the shop was,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so
yeah.
no excuses.
No,
I
it's
stand
absolutely
by my.
true.
Okay, I did like fucking comes out the door since he's like kind of notices like everyone else is gone. He just like was in his own zone sending. Um, and he'll look for Penelope. And
And
then,
she's sitting at her tree
There you
yes,
go. You're
there I
outside
am.
now.
with her
Whee!
hot wife.
um, so he'll
Like
roll up to.
right as Aiden is walking up, she was like leaning over to give Johnny a big old smoochy kiss.
Yes. Oh, here he'll look away for privacy.
Interruptions, how dare you?
No, he looks away. He looks away. Please continue on.
Aiden, you're already over here. What do you want?
He like puts his hand away from his face. So he like Van-Fem says that he is very excited and will keep him safe in his vault. I just need to get with Kilthak about sending him over tomorrow. I don't think he can do it again today. Or maybe Lucretia could help, since she's been on the
Lucretia
boat.
can't leave the building.
No, like opening a door or a
Lucretia
tree.
can't leave the building.
She can't come to this tree right here on the church grounds.
Lucretia can't leave the building. Them's the rules. So say the ruler.
Okay. I mean, she made it sound like she could leave before, which is why I'm confused, but okay.
As far as I know, she cannot leave the building.
I'm gonna see if she can step 2 feet outside real quick.
Go ask her.
Second. Yeah, he's like, Lucretia! Lucretia!
This is a church, Aiden.
Lucretia! Lucretia!
What
Yeah.
what can I do for you, Aiden?
Hey, is it like you told me you could like kind of step outside before, like right? Like you could step. Oh no, hold on, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 feet to like the tree in front of the church, right?
Are you asking this because you want me to open a tree path for you?
If it's possible.
I cannot participate in that right now.
Cool. I
I
I just
have a
wanted to
limited
ask.
range of motion, but more to the point, I'm gonna surmise from the fact that everything that you've done since you've gotten here has involved that statue of Clover Mandrake that you are
Mhm.
going to ask me to open a tree portal so that you can take Clover Mandrake through it and get him out of my church. Is that correct?
Pretty much so, no more Einosh coming to the church issue. I mean, if you can't, that's okay, because I know who can, but I might have to wait
While I would love
close
to
down
do
the head.
that, I am not allowed to interfere with masters taking sanctuary in the church.
Your statement confuses me because he's not a master.
I am not allowed to interfere with masters taking sanctuary in the church.
Ah, ah. So just me stepping in here. I got you. I got you. Say no more, Lucretia. All right. Well,
You get the impression from her eyes that she is choosing her words very deliberately to the extent that she can do that, and then she starts to get a headache and goes back to where she was standing before.
good to know. Good to know. All right. I've got a timeline. Yeah, she's very strict on those words, even though technicalities, it gets a little weird.
I told you.
I mean, look, better safe than sorry.
And all I'm saying is, I told you.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. It's kind of like, yeah, really. We. I've
Like,
got to.
I didn't sign up to work like 15 jobs for nothing.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, look, we had to. I mean, we asked about masters as servants earlier, and double up. Sometimes doubling up is a okay.
So
Just
is the
looks at
takeaway
it.
that she can't come outside or that she can?
It's more specifically, limited range, but more so because technically I had walked through the door, and this is a safe haven that she can't interfere, even though he's not a master. I think just once you
More
walk through
like
the
because there
door.
is a servant who is aligned with Einosh, and hypothetically there is a master who is aligned with Einosh, she cannot deny that master entry into the church, nor can she do anything that would prevent the master from entering the church and gaining sanctuary.
Well, no, but that's not what I
I
was
think.
asking
I don't
her,
know.
'cause
My brain
I
hurts.
was I wasn't trying to stop anyone from entering. That's why I was like, I think just me walking through
You were trying
kind of,
to, you were talking about taking Clover out though, right?
yeah, like leaving so he wouldn't be in the church anymore and an issue for her in the church.
And what did she say?
She very specifically said she could not interfere with masters that seek sanctuary, but he's not a master.
I mean, shouldn't be. It's part of the
He's
tree, right?
Yeah, he's part of the tree, which was a concern. But Einosh can't be a master. We know he had someone aligned with, unless Snover somehow has command
Maybe he's
seals.
possessed someone who is currently a master.
Well, yes, but Clover shouldn't have connection to that.
I mean, is he still connected to the tree? Like, is he part of the tree?
I mean, he's a rock right now, but yes. So if we're getting that technical, oh god, I fucking hate
Look, mages do weird shit.
that. Thank you, Johnny, for pointing that out. Mages are complicated, and I don't like their technicalities. So technically, she is stating that because of his connection, he just does the thing like the thing he learned from them where he does the like quotation marks. Technically, he is a master then.
I mean, it sounds like it. So she can't do anything with him, but that might be why she let him in the first place, because there's not really a lot of reason for them to take the statue in.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, I just kind of put him there so I could maneuver him to the next location. Hmm. I don't like that either. Thank you, Johnny. And you see like some gears in his head just fucking turning. I'm gonna go. Uh, I'm gonna go let Kilthak know in a little bit. Um, I'll tell Annis that information, and then you just kind of
Anna
So,
is trying very hard not to look mad, but failing. She's just brooding.
did you know that by technicality, Clover is in fact considered a master?
What?
Yeah, apparently that's why Lucretia can't interfere with opening, gateways. Well, to be fair, she had limited mobility, she said, but the way she worded it, Johnny pointed out that, yeah, he might be using someone he's possessed as a master since he can't be master, which means Snover could be a fucking well, that's a simulacrum. Which if Fadon or anyone else is possessed by him, and because Clover technically is still tied to that, yeah, it's all connected. Great. Oh, but Van-Fem can take him. But yeah.
Oh, well, that's good at least.
I've gotta get that sorted. I'm gonna get him out of here.
How are you getting? How are you planning on getting him onto the boat? There's the tree. I'm guessing. Oh, I'm guessing Lucretia can't come out and open
Oh,
the tree.
I'm gonna have to have Kilthak take potentially a longer
Oh
way to get to him.
no, I still have. And she just digs into her bag and pulls out one of Bartholomew's acorns. I've got an acorn of Bartholomew. Can he scry Kilthak? Can he scry on the tree on the boat
Uh, he
with
should be
this?
able to. Yeah,
So he should be able to use this, and then I can describe Bartholomew to him. And then if he can scry on that tree, then he can also use that tree to go through to get
yeah.
to the crow's nest at least. And then he'd have to carry him down, but that's a way to do it.
That would work.
Plus, probably can't do it until tomorrow since he brought him
Yeah.
through, unless Kilthrak is really, really strong.
I mean, he's pretty strong. I don't know how strong, but he's pretty strong. I try not to get on his bad side.
Well, Annis will just like reach up and put the acorn in Aiden's hand. She has a
Oh,
few others, so
thank you. Yeah, he'll go.
yeah, just bring him to me, and I can tell him all about Bartholomew, and then
Yay.
and then hopefully he can, yeah, get him there, rather than having to figure out where Van-Fem is going to dock and all that.
Oh god. Do I really want to travel that distance or do I want to waste another sending?
Wait, where is? Oh, is he back at
He's
the?
at
Mhm.
he went to take a rest, but I don't remember if he did it here or if he did it at Eldas Temple.
He went to Eldad's temple.
Okay, that's what I figured. Oh god, that's like 20 plus. I mean, I could just gallop there. Could do big speed run.
We'll babysit the statue for you while if you because you went back to that temple, right? That's clear
Uh-huh.
across town. Yeah.
Yeah.
He seemed to be excited at the prospect of this entire place. Like he's tired, but
That's
also like you get the impression that this was his excuse to go looking around because like he
you.
has also spent most of his life in that corner of Sherwood.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, I might have to give him a few first then. Like, okay, well, we have a plan. Um,
Just,
I know he.
hopefully at some point between now and when we can get that statue onto the boat. What did Van-Fem ask for in return?
Uh,
I can't imagine he didn't ask for something.
he was actually really excited. 'Cause he was like, I'm curious about how you're gonna deal with, Einosh. And I was like, this is how we're gonna deal with him. And he said, exciting. Get him
Hmm.
on my boat and I'll put him in the vaults. So I was like, cool.
Hmm.
I kind of leveraged the fact that, like, he also really does not like Einosh.
That is fair.
And I made it very kind of, I leaned into if this is going to be a permanent solution.
Yeah, it definitely will be.
Uh-huh.
We're
And
gonna
I think he
permanently
appreciated that.
remove Einosh from the entire world. He
Yeah.
like, made a fist and is slapping it into her hand.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was the selling point.
Okay. Well, I mean, as long as you don't have to give him your soul or your firstborn child or something. I don't know what dead apostles want. I
Oh, it
try
seems
not
like other dead
to.
apostles dead.
That's that's fair, yeah.
My
Well,
understanding is that they're a competitive bunch, so maybe he appreciates the idea of one of the bigger number ones getting its ass kicked.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel like all of us want his ass kicked at this point. Not that we
yeah,
didn't before.
right. Well, this is good. I struggle to think of where else we could possibly put that statue that wouldn't be in danger, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
on that boat. Yeah, that's probably the best place for him for now.
really glad Penelope suggested it. He's just
Well,
kind of like,
like I said, we'll babysit the statue. You go find Kilthak. Unless you wanted to. The lore is
oh,
coming, right? Did you want to be
oh,
here for that?
yes, yes. Yeah, I'll have questions for that too, and it gives Kilthak some time to, just rest, take to himself. I can always get to him. Like, I think all of us are kind of tuckered out on the magic front, and I do want to be here for that meeting too. I
Yeah.
have
Well,
questions.
you've got that acorn.
Yes, thank you. I'll bring it back.
Ooh.
Eh. Creep, 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 creep.
And as you're creeping back in, you can, in fact, see once again, approaching from the bottom area, a very tired looking Jonas Ainsworth
Oh no.
walking in and just strolling on up toward the church. For some reason, it makes two tokens of him. I'll never know why. Whatever. But he sees a
Poor
lot of
Jonathan.
you. He can see as he's walking forward, there's side conversation going on with Diana and Morgan, and he's not about to touch that. He sees Annis and Derek, and Annis still looks a little peeved, so he takes the long way around. He recognizes the blue-haired lady, but she seems to be talking to birds. So he's like, right, of course she is. And then continues on his way up, and he gets to the center area where the people that he's supposed to meet are.
Oh, hi, Janice.
Hi there. I've
Did
been sent to facilitate a meeting. One moment. And he pulls out a piece of chalk that seems to have some of that diamond dust in it, and he starts drawing some sidewalk art for you. And once
ooh,
it's completed, he does the Full Metal Alchemist thing where he clicks off the circle, adds a little bit of blood, and then a light illusion takes place, and you can see in that light illusion, you can see Seraphina and Pierce. Pierce, who is waving behind her, kind of awkwardly in the back of the shot.
oh, yeah. I was wondering how that was gonna work.
You'll understand that I'm not in a hurry to enter an area with at least two other servants.
Yeah, fair. Um, oh boy. Okay. Aiden, can you give us some space?
Oh, yes. Okay. This way,
I'm
and then
sorry.
like he'll
It's just because
also.
it's sensitive information.
Okay. If Piers shows up, could you
Here's
tell him I'm
a
over?
there.
Oh wait, where is he? I don't see his icon.
There's
Oh,
not an
it's the
icon.
hologram
It's a
sort of
hologram
thing.
type deal.
Oh, okay.
But he's in the background of the shot, so like he's waving, and he sort
Yeah.
of calls in the distance. I'll get on the line after they're done.
Oh, thank you. And I'll be over there until then. Penelope, let me know when you're good. And then like also in his head, he does want Enon to kind of just like incorporeal mode.
All right, in on cloaks.
In case they couldn't see up before, or they didn't look up. Now he definitely is gone.
Yeah.
Okay. Um. Okay. So, Serafina, I need you to clarify some things for me, if you don't mind.
Within reason, sure.
Thank
One,
you.
I would just like to note that I'm glad that your friends appear to be safe. She seems to be turning
Yeah.
around a bit and can see the most immediate area and can see that everyone that she's aware of is accounted for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know you don't really want to tell me like the identity of your servant, and that is a-okay. Is there any way possible that you could let me see your servant?
I'm not going to do that. But if you're trying to verify if the server that you met earlier is mine, I assure you that it's not. And in fact, I believe that that servant is aligned with Einosh and is. I've looked at a number of scenarios for how the day could have played out, and there was a different one that did not come to pass, where you were reaching out and informing me that your friend was found dead in your base. So I think I can safely tell you that whoever they are is if they're if that servant isn't trustworthy, it's either because they themselves are not trustworthy or someone in the command seal instructed them to do something they didn't want to do, but that didn't seem to come to pass today. But I would not trust anyone who had a potential line that would have led to the death of your friend.
Gotcha. Um, and your servant is the writer, correct?
She looks around again, and then she tilts her head at Jonas, who nods, and he casts some other spell, creating a ring around the lot of you.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else watching can see a kind of bubble appear around them, encompassing the group in the tree. And yeah, and sound does not appear to enter or leave this thing, and it is blurry enough that you can tell where people are, but if you're trying to read lips or anything, it is not going to work. And with that up, she says, I ask you not share this with the other masters, but my servant is not the rider servant. My servant is the lancer servant. I told you this
Oh,
because, based on my information, one of your friends has the caster servant, and the last thing you want to do is tell someone with the caster servant that your servant doesn't have magic resistance.
I mean, your secret is safe with me.
You'll understand my hesitation to share too much information there, but yes, it has become relevant now, and I do not want my misdirection to lead to other complications, especially with regards to your official duties. Yes,
Yeah,
my
no,
servant is
that
the
actually,
Lancer. The one that you encountered was likely the actual rider. And the actual rider, as I understand it, is aligned with the Edelfelts and with Einosh.
that's right. You said the Edelfelt heir. Do you happen to know who?
I don't know which, and to be more specific, it's not that I necessarily know that it's one of the direct heirs, but rather the one who has the command seals of Lavisa Edelfelt.
Okay.
I've ascertained that the Einsburns have the assassin servant, so by process of elimination, that would leave the Edelfelt command seals to be the ones that would be aligned with Einosh. But I don't know if it is
Yeah.
actually one of the Edelfelt daughters or if it is someone who has simply claimed the hand of Lavisa Edelfelt. Based on my connections in Clock Tower, their investigation appears to be closing in on possibilities, but also my sources tell me that both of the Edelfelt sisters and the Edelfelt, like, I suppose at this point, current guardian, um, Fidan Koivistos, have disappeared. None of them are present, and um, Luvia Galata does not appear to be in the company of Lord El-Melloi II, which is where she would normally appear during a situation like this. So I can't qualify or disqualify her as a potential suspect in this situation.
Gotcha. Oh boy. Okay.
But I would
That,
ask that you keep the class of my servant a secret, as that obviously has strategic significance.
I mean, I obviously am not going to tell a single soul. I don't know why I said obviously, but I I won't tell anyone.
Of
You
course,
have my word.
I'm telling you this because previously I wasn't sure how
I mean, that's fair.
there's information that you don't want to release in circumstance like this, and given you've upheld the mission to defeat the butcher and that played out correctly,
Hmm.
and you upheld the manner of everything involved with that without any sort of betrayal. You've returned Jonas to me safely, and I appreciate that. and
Of
you
course.
seem to have acted completely in good faith, so I'm telling you this as the representative of the overseer.
Yeah. Mm, I appreciate that. I guess I can also share a little bit of news with you. Um, it seems like we're moving forward with the whole plan to, or not the plan, but it seems like taking out Einosh is next up on the docket, from what I can tell.
That is a
I
noble
could be
goal.
wrong, but that seems like what we're heading for at this point.
I will
Are
warn
you
you that
guys?
my attempts to prognosticate anything within a certain radius of that forest is completely impossible. It the air consumes mana and it prevents scrying, it prevents divination. The entire area is a black box to me. I have no idea what you would be
Gotcha.
going into if you try.
Now, are you guys still willing to help us however you can with that?
We are willing to do what we can to get you within range of your objective, but we will need to know that you have a means of actually neutralizing the forest before we take such a risk.
Yeah,
Uh,
of course.
my prediction is that given mana is disrupted within the forest and attempts at magecraft would be difficult and the utilization of servants would be nearly, if not actually, impossible, the
Mm-hmm.
most effective means of dealing with the tree would be luring it somewhere as it can move within its forest and then attacking it from above.
Okay.
Going through the forest would be incredibly perilous, barring anything that could function in such a place, which I have no doubt could exist, but anything that runs on mana would be immediately depowered. Like this type of thing has managed to drain the Rail Zeppelin in the past, which is a mana powered
Oh,
train. It has managed
yeah.
to obviously drain entire terrains, and the actual tree itself is significantly more powerful than its children. So you would need to come at it from above after isolating the tree itself. Fighting through the forest would be suicide.
Gotcha. Okay. This is all really good to know. Um,
But if you can come to
okay.
us with a plan of attack, we would be happy to facilitate. We would also like to see
Okay.
this removed from the board.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll make sure we have a plan put together. And then I'll let you guys know when we're ready to go.
Would be appreciated. Oh, and one other thing. How did you like your interactions with the servant of the botany department?
I mean, he seems like a pretty chill guy.
I, my understanding from Jonas's report is that when he's not running at you from across the ocean and trying to kill you, he's quite a charming fellow.
He really is.
I trust you understand that eventually your friends or I will have to try to put him down.
Oh yeah, I know. They apparently it's something they're looking forward to. I don't know.
All the power to them. He is devastating.
Yeah, he was pretty helpful with the butcher though.
I'm sure he was. Well, should you
Well,
find
up to a
any
certain
clues to
point.
his identity and wish to share without violating your oaths, of course, I would be open to hear them, as he's another one that I have trouble gathering information on. I suspect that given his nature as the Saber, he has a degree of magic resistance that is likewise interfering with my ability to observe him. So he's a bit of
Yeah,
a black box to me as well.
mm, so what all do you know about him?
I know that he runs on water. He carries a very large hook, and he seems to be quite proud of himself. That does narrow down the prospects for who he could be, but considering other servant manifestations haven't aligned with their myths directly, I'm hesitant to make too big of a leap without actually encountering him myself. We've always fled as he's gotten close. I have no desire to pit my servant against him until I know more.
I mean, that's fair. Um, yeah,
And of
I
course, he has
honestly,
more command seals now.
yeah. Ugh. Yeah, and honestly, right now I don't have any more information than what you've just told me, so
Now, if you're looking for
he's
something
just
that would
very
be more
jovial.
useful, I can tell you that the Einsburns have set up shop across the water. They seem to be waiting it out while the rest of us deal with what we have to deal with.
Across the water,
To the west,
like on the island?
they have set up on an island to the west of your location.
Oh, interesting.
My suspicion is that they are waiting for us to utilize our own resources, doing battle with one another, and then seek to step in near the end. If they have the assassin servant, it is a valid tactic, but obviously the war will eventually push them to act if they try to stay out of it for too long, so we'll see where that
Yeah.
goes.
Um, yeah, I'm trying to think of anything I can recall. Like, he's very beefy.
That would
I know
match the
that doesn't
description
help
that I
much at
heard.
all. Huh?
No, no, that would match the description that I received as well.
Yeah, hmm. Yeah, he's very jovial. You know, the whole proud of himself kind of description. Definitely.
He has
Yeah,
the pride of a
it's
hero.
yeah. Um, he's really good at throwing things.
Yes, it's
It's
rather unfair how often the classes are mocked. You would think him an archer.
like, as far as I've been able to tell, the archer class isn't is well, no, I've only seen the one archer, obviously, but no, he is an archer. I don't know. I don't pretend to understand half of what's going on.
I suspect
I'm
that the
here.
classes are more flexible with the servants that they take.
Yeah. Like, does your guy even have a lance?
I'm not going to tell you.
Dang it. Are they taller or shorter than me?
I'm not going to tell you.
Dang
There's,
it.
if you want to look for strange exceptions, the butcher's servant was a berserker who came with a chariot. So mixed messages all around.
Yeah. Well, thank you for at least clarifying that,
I'm sorry
that
that my
wasn't.
misdirection possibly endangered your friend.
It's okay. Um, like she's smart and like if anything had happened, like I don't want to be like she could go toe to toe with a servant, but I feel like she was in control of her situation more than people would give her credit for.
It takes a brave woman to take on one of the Knights of the Round Table.
Oh, oh,
That's my theory, anyway.
yeah, that tracks. That tracks. Oh no. Oh, that's gonna be awkward later. Oh
That
dear.
one has no such magic resistance. Well, not
Ooh.
entirely. Like, as I stated, they obviously have magic resistance, but I've been able to catch glimpses here and there. I don't
Hmm.
know their entire situation. I can't just scry on them directly or anything like that, but I've
Yeah.
been I've been able to put together information from secondary sources, and they lean to the idea that this is someone who gains a bit of notoriety, and among the armored knights, it seems like this one has ties to the legends of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. I can't exactly identify which, there's obviously no shortage of them, and by my understanding, most of their appearances in legend are not quite in alignment with things because the Arthurian canon is not exactly a consistent collection of stories, but the information that we've gathered suggests that this is at least a Knight of the Round Table, summoned into the Rider class, which perhaps does or does not narrow things down.
Okay. Ooh. Well, that's gonna be fun to figure out. Um. Fuck. Okay. All
Don't worry too much
right.
about it. As long as you remain neutral, you shouldn't have anything to fear, and your friends will obviously, if they're focusing on Einosh first, then they will inevitably have to deal with this. But on the same note, if you're fighting Einosh, you may not have your servants to help you.
Also fair.
I would recommend
Hmm.
against trying to fight the servant if you can avoid it. At the very least, he
Yeah.
seems to be willing to talk to you and let your friend go under whatever circumstances she arranged, so perhaps think about that. Why didn't the vision of her being murdered come to pass?
I mean, my assumption is because she's sassy, but you know.
A noble trait. In general, you're getting the impression that the first meeting that you had with her was a bit more blasé, and this one's a bit more
Hmm.
serious. Like you don't need to roll insight to get a sense that she probably feels bad that she misdirected you and it nearly had negative consequences. So
Yeah.
you're picking up on the shift in demeanor.
Yeah. Um. But, uh, but yeah. Seriously, thank you. Thank you for being honest about it. Like
I'll
I know it's
try to
kind of
do so.
hard to yeah, I know it's hard to do when, you know, information in the wrong hands can make a huge difference in how things turn out. So that that put a lot of crazy theories to rest. It's just made my job so much easier.
I'm glad to help. Let us know once you've got a plan together, and we will see what we can do to take part in it. The tree does have to go.
Yeah, of course. Okay. I'm gonna go get Horse Boy. I know he is wanting to talk to Piers.
Of course, I will cede this to Pierce. My apologies, Jonas. I know this wasn't how you were planning on spending your afternoon.
Yeah, sorry, Jonas.
He sighs, but he shakes his head a little bit, and then he just says, "It's part of the deal. This is how it goes. Trust me, this is a lot less stressful than actually teleporting people here back and forth. I'll be heading home after this, though, so please, if you've got any other questions, get them out of your system."
Yeah. I mean, that's it for me. I owe you a cup of coffee, buddy.
Um, might take you up on that next time I'm here. Hopefully, we can meet up again at a time when servants aren't killing each other.
I mean, yeah.
And with that, he disrupts the secondary circle that he drew that created the bubble around you so that other people have an opportunity to come over if they wish. Incidentally, any of the other characters who were within earshot of this just heard Charlie Brown noises for the entire talking time. The entire thing was just wah 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 wah, and then when Penelope goes, it goes wah 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 wah, and it would just
Ivan
go
is
back and
so
forth.
confused. He just kind of looks around. Does anybody know that language? What language is that one?
Hey, Aiden,
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
it's your turn.
Yay! Like runs over, uh, like wipes his face a little bit, like
Yeah, Johnny is also leaving those. Let
yeah,
you guys have that. You're stuck with Jonas, who has to watch you, but that's because he's keeping the spell going.
that is fair.
We'll go drag
Oh,
Johnny over.
so how's everything going on your side?
I mean, this is a crazy place. Like, there's phantasmals everywhere, lots of exciting people to meet, lots of stuff. Also on the run from a crazy man with a hook. But I mean, what's adventure without a crazy man with a hook?
Yeah. I got to meet him very briefly. Seemed like a swell guy when not running from him.
I'll take your word for it. Every time we see him, we run.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure my future's probably gonna look like that too with him. I'm gonna be honest. But common enemy, the butcher, and he's gone now. Yay!
The world's a better place for it. What a waste.
Exactly. Uh, so
You want to
I
talk
had
about a
a
guy who
question.
doesn't respect phantasmals? That is definitely him. He would eat anything the second he found it, and the world would be lesser for it.
Yeah, and you've been doing the whole, give and take, so I'm proud of you.
Do what we
If you
can.
need any energy, yeah, if you need any energy, just let me know. But yeah, there's a lot of people here you can ask. They're very nice.
Oh, like, don't don't misunderstand. That's not something that I just do for fun.
Oh,
This is
okay.
a place that has abundant mana and doesn't exactly need my help in the same way.
That's fair. Breathing here is amazing. My lungs feel full.
Good. That's good to hear. Honestly, I, for one, am trying to petition my good friend Jonas over there to give me an afternoon in the snow so that I can see what it tastes like. Because my
Oh,
understanding is that it's amazing, but I would like to make a snow cone.
um, you're not talking about like, and he pulls out his fucking bottle of like the mana snow. Not talking about this, are you?
You got some?
Yeah. So, fun fact. Uh, I mean, unless you're secret, I mean, you're very much human, right? I
Yeah?
didn't miss. Yeah.
No,
Um.
yeah.
Yeah. This is gonna make you very vilely sick. I'm gonna be honest with you, Piers.
I can handle it. I've Listen, I'm quite capable of managing my mana intake. I can handle more than most people. It's part of the deal. Like my trait, I don't just keep the mana, I turn it into something I can use, and then I can process that. It's a conversion thing.
Sure. Maybe like a spoonful. It's like when people say, like, they can handle spice, and then they get spice, and then, they can't handle it.
Are you
Because I'll,
talking about peppers or are you talking about drugs?
I guess to think for a second. I would assume peppers.
Okay. Just wondering what influences you have out there.
Uh, only what I've learned from Penelope and Annis.
Got it. So a pop star and someone who makes their own stuff. Cool.
Well, to be fair, I'm also a doctor like Annis. So does that technically mean I would make my own stuff?
Good to know.
She does
Yeah,
more of the potion stuff though. But yeah, I mean, if you think you can handle it, I can send some back with Jonas.
if you could, I would love to study it. Like, I'm fascinated. Like, my entire world of Magecraft is learning about how to work with mana, work with energy. Like, if I can get a better sense of this a little bit more directly, then I would love to study it. And
Mm,
I would
he's
also
like,
like to see if it's something that could maybe be used to help areas that have less mana intrinsically. Like, this is a much cleaner way to do it if I'm right.
from what he was told, like Piers is like a genius, right? And is great at creating things. He just is bored easily.
From your understanding, he is very capable of making things.
Okay.
He, by many accounts, from like just the random bits of information that you've gotten filled in for you during the downtime because you have been asking about him, he's very good at manifesting things without necessarily having to go through all the steps. Like it's not full blown stuff like the Einsburns are rumored to be able to do, but he is capable, if given sufficient mana, of using that mana to less efficiently accomplish things that he might not necessarily know how to do otherwise. Like
More
mechanically
so if
speaking, he's capable of casting spells that he has not prepared as long as he is
hmm,
familiar with them and he has the mana.
gotcha. Yeah, it's more so if he's like, if I pass him this snow and he studies it, will this be an issue of taking with a mystery, or with his kind of genius of making things, would he craft things that would create more mystery, like what he would gauge out of this?
The impression you're getting is that he's not trying to study it in the sense of like take it apart and figure out how it
Breaking it down.
works. He's
Okay,
learning
okay.
like he's learning instead the like technically yes, you by studying anything and identifying its properties, you could technically take mystery away from it. However,
He's not trying to rationalize it.
he's not trying to like come up with like the formula for how it works. He just wants to know what it does.
Gotcha,
Like
gotcha, gotcha. Okay, yeah, yeah. So he'll just
because
be
like
like,
his understanding like from what he was just saying there's his understanding is that there's a lot of very high density mana stuff located at the higher altitudes of this place which is manifesting as this stuff and he doesn't
okay,
know how dense that is until he studies it.
gotcha. I've only got the one bottle. If you promise not to eat all of it, I've been told it smells like cotton candy. I
Interesting.
don't know what that is, uh, but apparently I don't think the others like the way that it smells anymore. Also, don't stick your hand directly into it; it will crystallize you.
That's terrifying but good to know.
Yeah, humans are not made to be put in this. That's why I'm kind of worried if you start drinking it, your mouth might get kind of like.
I have no desire to turn myself into rock candy so I will be careful. I
Okay.
honestly getting it in a container like you're saying here sounds much safer than getting it from the source. So I'm
Yes, yes, yes,
absolutely
yes.
interested in that if you could help with that.
Well, I'll pass this over to Jonas. And he
Jonas,
just like,
who's heard how dangerous this stuff is like, do I want to hold this? Do
uh,
I want to take this on?
do
Should
you
I?
want me to be real honest with you? Or you want me to be just like,
How tight's that container?
I mean, it's tight, but if you, I don't know, don't trip and fall. Don't smash the glass, okay?
He holds out like a bag of holding for you to place it in.
He's just gonna pull up it from his to like on over into there. It's like, all right, well, that should make it to you. I hope you enjoy it. Um, I mean, honestly, yeah, I guess it's a good test if you can handle that. That may or may not answer the question I have for you. Um, were you possibly considering, partaking in dealing with Einosh at all?
What do you mean dealing with Inosh?
So, you know how he kind of just takes mana?
Yeah, he's a vampire. That's what they do. I have no desire to
Okay,
get
but
eaten by a tree.
ah, I was going to ask if you could kind of do the reverse since you also can take mana. So, like, what if you take his mana as he tries to take mana? What would that do?
You mean have a tug of war?
You
Like
know?
it tries to take and I try to take back. I guess if I could keep up with it, then sure, I could probably limit it, but that sounds intense. I could try.
I mean,
Maybe,
I think you're better than him, so
I mean, I think
I mean,
that I've never put myself against a dead apostle, but
that's also fair.
if, by my understanding from what the others have said, it sounds like it is a very dangerous thing, but it is spread out over a very wide area. So I could probably try to negate what it does in a small proximity to myself,
Would
and
that
I could
also like
probably
give you
manage that
energy?
for a while, but if it starts paying attention, it might be harder.
Mm, mm, mm. I figured I'd ask because if you could get energy from it, it's kind of a win-win situation, until it takes
Well,
notice.
s- kind of, but keep in mind that the way you become a vampire is taking mana from a vampire, so it's a
Oh, I thought
bit
it was
dangerous.
specifically the blood. Never mind, don't do
Well,
that. I thought it
well,
was specifically
the
blood.
blood is tied to the mana once it's a vampire.
Oh, technicalities.
It's a very weird world. Like you'd think that mystery would cut down on technicalities, but unfortunately, enough people have paid attention that there are rules now.
Yeah, well, I don't like those rules. Okay, never mind. Glad I asked. Don't do that. Don't do
I
that at
have
all. But
no
here,
intention of becoming a vampire, although I think by the definition of at least some people, I probably already am, but I don't think I'm a vampire. I don't drink blood.
but you just told me that mana is intertwined with the blood.
The
His
the
brain short
mana of a
circuiting.
vampire is
Oh yes, yes, yes.
intrinsically tied to it. Like, yes, there's mana in blood. There's mana in all kinds of liquids in your body. The more you think about it, the grosser it gets. But
Yes.
blood is definitely one of them. And
Yes.
when you're a vampire, pretty much all of your mana is in your blood. Like, gotta be careful with that.
Shit.
That's
Okay.
also why they drink it. Like, if you walk into a
Mm,
forest and the forest is taking your blood, then it's going to be taking your mana via your blood.
yeah, that makes sense with what we know if we were to step foot in there. Okay. Yep. 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 Well,
Also, try your
that was
best not to have sex with a vampire.
he deadpan stops talking. His eyes just look over to the statue where Freddy's hiding. Slowly looks back over to the other
Why are
side
you
where
looking
Anderson
like that
at.
as a relevant response to my statement? I was making a joke, but like, are you having sex with a
I
vampire?
no 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 no. But now I need to go give warnings.
Who do you know who is? Aiden.
And not that it's happened. Not
He,
that that's happened. I'm just concerned it could happen. Not now. Not now. But
he
like,
is face palming in the hologram.
good to
Be,
know.
keep your liquids to yourself. That's my advice.
Oh yeah. No. Oh, that's weird. Nope.
Keep your liquids to
Yep.
yourself. Don't take any liquids that
Mhm.
aren't yours. And this is coming from
Mhm.
me. Be be careful. Be safe.
Oh yeah. Thank you. You too. Enjoy this. And he just like taps the bag. He's like, end of the conversation went wildly where he didn't expect it to go. Have a great day. Catch you later. Sweet. Excellent. Great talking to you. He slowly makes his way over to Annis.
And as you're doing that, you can hear Jonas saying, "I am not doing this again. I'll send you if you want to talk to him, but I'm not going to be present for this anymore." And then he shouts out to everyone in the area, "If anyone else has someone to talk to, last call, I'm going home."
Bye, Piers. It was great talking to you.
Go home, Janice!
All right, I'm doing that now. He disrupts the little hologram circle. He waves his hand in some kind of cantrip type deal, and all of the circle imprints get wiped away. And then he takes one look at this entire ridiculous place, and then he very visibly teleports away.
Oh, poor Jonas.
In his own weird way, he's sort of taken the place of the many butlers and managers before him, of being someone at the mercy of your weirdness as a group.
Oh, God, I was not expecting that to be the end of that conversation.
Hey, that
I
gets to.
mean, at least Jameson gets paid for it.
That's true.
Honestly.
I mean, this guy has a nice house. It just happens to be spread out over like 15 rooms that are broken and involve a tack soup. But he's fine. Clock Tower mages are usually fine.
Yeah, you got money. He's clock tower. He's fine.
If you're not
Just gonna
Waver or Velvet, you probably have money.
X.
All right,
I mean,
so there's all that.
yeah.
In
Yeah.
fairness, was Diana going to talk to Morgan, or was she just hanging out? Since she was kind of
She
neglected for
actually
all of
was gonna.
this.
She actually was gonna talk to Morgan.
Okay. Are you comfortable with that being a conversation that we resolve within 10 minutes, or do you want to start next session with it?
I mean, I don't think the conversation is going to take that long.
Okay. I don't want you to feel rushed, is my point. So, like,
Yeah, yeah,
because I know that people have stuff to do. So, like, I'm happy to do that now, but I didn't want you to feel rushed. I'm happy to start the next session with it too.
yeah. I'm good.
All right. Well, then, yeah. While all this nonsense is going on, Diana and Morgan are looking at the water. So you had a run in.
So, huh?
You had a run in.
Yeah, I did.
Congratulations
It
on
was
not
not
dying.
pleasant. Yeah, thanks. I did my best.
It's an important skill.
Yeah, a little concerned, but I mean, what can I do?
You do your best not to die. Don't be afraid to run.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with the retreat as long as you come back later and kick their ass.
Oh, I can assure you, we're gonna kick his ass later. Maybe, I hope. But I mean, prior to him being incredibly fucking rude and showing up in the house unannounced, um, I did I did talk to Nimue, and she had an idea,
Yeah?
and I don't know. I feel like I need to talk to you about it, just based on what I know about, just based on what I know about you in general.
Sure.
Um, so she said that I'm going to have to find a dragon.
Oh, good.
Um,
She's giving you that path to it.
so yeah, what do you know about it?
I mean, are you looking to change yourself into a creature that can sustain yourself in a high mystery, high mana environment?
I mean, I feel like that's one way to do this.
That's certainly one of the most enviable ways to do it. Comes with a lot of perks. You get to make your own mystery. You get to reject the world around you no matter where you go and stay safe in and of yourself. Uh, you get
Hmm.
immortality, or at least a shot at it. Not guaranteed, but a shot at it. And
Right.
you, of course, get the ability to go between sides of the world because you don't actually have to follow the rules anymore, assuming you get it set up correctly. On the downside, you've got to find and kill a dragon. You've got to find something that is probably much older than you can possibly understand, and you've got to end its life.
So I couldn't just be like, "Hey, Albion, buddy, I helped you out. Can you do me a favor?"
Albion in particular would be
As far,
difficult for you. Albion is a dragon
oh,
without a heart.
oh, I mean, I also don't want to kill him. Uh,
Yeah, the problem that you'll
from what
face
I
with
understand,
Albion is that Albion, the one that you met here, is only an
uh-huh,
aspect of Albion because the actual one, as I understand it, um, died
is
trying to
underneath
get to the reverse
Clock
side of the
Tower.
world. So this one is more of a manifestation of the lost concept of Albion. And that's not to sustain it in the reverse side of the world, but doesn't mean that it has a heart to give. No, you would need to
And
find a dragon that lives, and there are not many of those left.
right, and I couldn't just like injure a dragon or just get blood from a dragon or something.
It's possible. Um, my understanding of your mysteries is that um, one of the Norse heroes managed to bathe in the blood of a dragon and gained his own variation of immortality from it. He became nearly invulnerable, as I understand it, and he also took on a lot of the aspects of a dragon, but it did change him. And you might also find that, much as I'm loath to admit it, the best method of taking on a dragon's traits is to have them applied to you when you are very young and can grow with them. And unless you're asking
Yeah,
me to turn you into a baby and start you from scratch, that might not be
no,
easy.
yeah, that would not work.
No, I think if you were to find a dragon, there's presumably at least some here, given the nature of this place, and I would wager the number of stories about evil dragons in tales would imply that there is inevitably at least one of them who's a total bastard, possibly running around and destroying villages or demanding sacrifices or something. There was a dragon in Japan at one point that seemed to demand a bunch of sacrifices and had 8 heads, but based on stories, I wager that you're at least familiar with parts of him. I'm
Yeah,
not sure which one of those is the heart, and I'm not sure that you necessarily want to go for those, but technically that's a dragon.
true.
Honestly, I find it pretty entertaining that the butcher was hoping to seek a dragon for likely similar reasons, but had he actually managed to get to Albion, he would have either been eaten or disappointed.
Or both.
Quite possibly both.
Yeah.
No, if you're looking for a dragon, then I think you're probably going to need the help of a dragon hunter. And if Nimue
Mm-hmm.
pointed you in this path, I suspect she's sending you one.
She did say she was sending someone to guide me, yes.
Well, I guess it's fortunate that you seem to be interested in the one of the three of us who's the most impulsive, because I promise you, I would never send someone on such a quest. And Vivian, I can't imagine a scenario where she would do such a thing either, but Nimue is the impulsive one, and Nimue is the one who does reckless things for love, so I guess you picked
Yeah.
the one that gave you the best chance, but also the one that's the most likely to get you killed. Go, go,
Yeah.
go hard or go home, huh?
I mean, I would do anything.
Well, it seems like you've got some friends that are willing to help you, though I suspect that you're gonna need to be prepared for a lot. And also, I wouldn't announce outside of your immediate friends that you're going dragon hunting because the heart of a dragon is among the greatest prizes in the Magecraft world. Honestly, I'm surprised my sister wasn't using you to try to get to the heart of a dragon that I have, but I think I've already made it very clear that I'm not digging that out.
Oh, so you do have the heart of a dragon.
I have the heart of Britain, which comes in the form of a
Oh,
dragon. I am keeping that safe, and that is not something that I can give up.
I mean, yeah, you kind of need that to function, I would assume.
It's not in my heart. It's it's an
Oh.
actual thing that I am keeping. When King Arthur defeated Vortigern, who was a dragon, the heart
Mm-hmm.
of Vortigern was removed, and with it, the age of mystery in England effectively gave way to the age of reason and the rise of modern human science in this part of the world. I keep that safe to
Ah.
keep the mystery of England safe. Were it to be lost, there would be much less of a connection allowing my sisters and I to work with the land. It would have drastic consequences. I hid it away before I was put to sleep, and I have no intention of endangering it by bringing it out of hiding.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
My sisters don't trust me with it, but as I see it as the past of Britain, I see it as my responsibility to keep safe. They're they seem to be afraid I'm going to use it to cast some ridiculous spell, but it goes against my nature to take something, however powerful, with such significance and use it for something as fleeting as a spell.
That's understandable.
So those I cannot spare. If you wish to seek another dragon, then I suspect that Nimue has probably sent you one of her to call to call them a knight would be a loose descriptor, but yes, a different sort. Like you've met her paladins, you yourself are one of her emissaries, but I suspect what she is sending to you is one of her rangers and
Ah.
a dragon hunter, and I'm not sure which one it will be. I'm a bit out of the loop on who she employs, and I suspect most of the ones that I know are long since dead. But if it's a ranger that can keep up with Nimue's frantic existence, as I'm sure you're familiar with, then they've probably at least a little bit eccentric, but nonetheless, if they've been sent to help you find a dragon, I'm confident they will find you one.
Okay. That's good to know. Or good to hear. And I guess you can't think of any other way that I could make this happen, huh?
There, there are various myths that are tied to immortality, whether it's the potion of immortality from China or the ambrosia of the gods in Greece, or a fundamental transformation of your being into something that is more symbolically immortal. And to be clear, I'm not speaking of immortality in the simple sense of you just live forever or you stop aging or anything like that. I am referring to something that changes you beyond the limitations of a human into something that the world has accepted can persist. And that is what would be necessary if you wish to survive on the reverse side of the world. You would no longer be purely human. And while I'm sure the nice lady over there could temporarily change you into something that could do that, anything she does will go away with the end of this war. So
Yeah.
if you'd like to try out your options, I'm sure she could help. If you were open to something that would be a bit less comfortable, there seems to be no shortage of vampires around here, but I
No,
don't think that's your
I'm good on that
preference.
one.
Yes, I would not
Nah,
recommend it. Past that, maybe get in good with one of these people who are about to make a wish.
yeah, I've been trying.
Other than that, strange world. A lot of books, a lot of mystery. There's no doubt stuff that I'm not aware of. I'm still catching up
Right.
myself. I've learned what I could from the various dreams that I've hopped into, but there are limits, and I hope that there continue to be surprises in this place. Push comes to shove, you could always ask the crazy witches.
True. True.
They seem to be practitioners of actual magic, and while I'm not sure exactly what that means to them, there are at least a few forms of actual magic that could achieve what you want. Who knows? Maybe that Einstein trick.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if you want to pop your soul out of your body or not, but it would also work.
Uh. Yeah. No, that's more like a plan Z,
Really, worse
honestly.
than vampire. I
Yeah.
don't blame you. I
Well,
like to
okay. No,
touch
you're
things
right.
too.
You're right. I don't know. At this point, I just, as long as I can figure out something that lets me spend a little more time with her and helps me help her, like I want all three of you to have an easier time of dealing with things.
Well,
And I want her to have the freedom to, you know, take a day or two to relax or just
I'll tell you now, that's a big ask, but if anyone can
I
do it, I'm
know.
sure it's you.
And just I don't know. It's something I'm willing to try to achieve or die trying.
That's how all miracles work.
Yeah,
But hey,
kind of curious.
I'm
Huh?
down for killing a dragon. I've seen it done.
I mean, if you want to help me.
I'm currently in the employ of Penelope and have to keep her safe. If she happens to run in front of a dragon, then I guess I have to keep her safe.
That's fair. Um, so Out of curiosity, the other day you looked into my eyes and you said you saw potential. What did you mean by that?
Oh, there's all sorts of potential, but like if you learn something when you've seen things play out time and again. There are some people
Mm-hmm.
who, if you were to turn back the clock and put in the same scenario, they would do the same thing every time. And no matter how you adjust things, they end up doing the same thing. If that thing is wonderful, then it's wonderful. If it's terrible, then it's terrible. But the ones that are fascinating to me are the people who, not through a matter of chaos, but simply through a matter of will, find a way when the circumstances are the same and only one small element is different. They pick up on it consciously or subconsciously and do something else. And those are the people that I look to when I'm trying to fix things that have gone wrong. So when I look into your eyes, I see someone who is willing to do almost anything to achieve her goals. But I also see someone who perhaps fate doesn't have quite as tight of a hold on as others. So, congratulations. You're special.
I mean, that does mean a lot coming from you.
I suspect that the inability to firmly grasp what's going on with you all the time might be one of the things that keeps my sister focused on you a little bit longer than anyone else. And that is a world of difference.
Yeah, I mean, and I'd like to think that she would do the same thing for me.
I'm not even
If maybe.
going to begin unpacking what I think she would do for you. If there's anyone in the world that's vastly more unpredictable than someone who has a little bit of that look in their eye, it's the woman who was born with that look in her eyes, and that is my sister. She's incredibly unpredictable. The fact that Vivian can put up with her is really a testament to how much she can't put up with me, that's her choice.
uh, I'm looking forward to making this work. And I'm looking forward to just, I don't know.
Well, sounds like you've got plenty to deal with, but find yourself a dragon, maybe after we fight a giant tree.
Yeah, maybe.
Personally, as far as I can tell, I'm going to go see cowboys.
Oh, that's right. She is going to the south. Okay. Yep. I mean,
Not
if you
sure
see
where
any
everyone else
dragons
is
down
going.
south.
If I happen to see a cowboy dragon, I will definitely get their number for you.
Ugh. And oh, okay. Something else I talked to her about. Um, so we've kind of figured out how to get her over here. But there would be a big trade-off there.
Yeah?
Um, yeah, we'd have there. From what we can tell, there can only be one of you over here. So in order for her to come here, you would have to go back there for a while.
Oh, because yeah, that I could see that. I imagine they don't want to take too many risks as
Yeah.
As you know, obviously some things break if anything happens to one of us, and having two of us running around at once might be a bit much for the risk tolerance of the big sister.
Yeah. I'll have to I have to convince Vivian that this is a good idea, but
You might want to get the short one to help you with that. She's about the only one Vivian seems to listen to.
yeah. But I wanted to run it by you first, just in case.
Look, if you want to get my sister to chill the hell out for an evening and you get her back by curfew, I am happy to take a time out, assuming they even let me. But that's obviously going to depend on the win, because right now I'm on Penelope duty, and I have a feeling if I let her out of my sight, she's going to inevitably run into something where I should have been there, and that will somehow be my fault.
I don't think she'd hold it against you, though.
Oh, it's not her that I'm worried about.
Okay, yeah, Vivian probably would hold it against you.
Yep. But if you can
Ay,
get them on board, I'm happy to give you some time.
I appreciate that.
Besides, give me a chance to have a face to face with Vivian, which we've got words, so
Yeah,
we'll get
you
there.
two are long overdue. All right. I She just reaches over and puts a hand on Morgan's shoulder and she's like, "Thank you."
Yeah,
I Thank you.
no problem. We'll keep looking. We'll find our dragons. We'll make something happen.
Yeah. And then we'll deal with whatever the heck is happening back there. I don't even want to know. I think I just heard something about sex with a vampire.
Is it one of those books again?
Probably.
Not my thing.
Yeah, no, same.
Look, I knew an actual incubus. It is not worth it.
I uh, the wizard, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I might have read a book or two. Not great.
Wouldn't recommend it. 0 out of 10
Ugh.
would seal in a wall again. I'm not
Ugh.
even the one that did it, but I'm going to take credit.
You were moral support.
We were all in agreement on that one.
There. Ugh.
And I think on that note, we are pretty much done.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, we did it. Like, not a lot moved, but a lot of information happened. You got a plan. We'll pick up next time with. I don't know if like some of the group are planning on departing, or if you guys really are all just gonna chill until the next time when, you know, Kilthat can just grab Clover and leave. I'm assuming at least some of you are hanging out here until that happens, but that doesn't mean that like Cowboy Troop has to stay. Something to think about between
Yeah.
now and next week. So
I'm also not sure where Fish went.
I think they went to work. So
Oh, shoot.
we are over. And that's where
Oh,
we're
yeah.
wrapping up.
Okay, I see.
Yep. So for now, good night, Internet. We will figure out what we're doing and we'll pick up next time.
Good night.
Yeah.